What happens when the horrors of the further spill into your living room, bestie? Like genuinely into the cul-de-sac across from your kid's school. Today we're diving into Insidious, Out of the Further, and I have thoughts. Hi, I'm Emma, and I'm feeling that mix of curiosity and chills you get on a late drive down Laurel Canyon at midnight. Windows cracked, vibes immaculate, but you keep checking the rear view like something's sitting in the back seat. So, quick download. Insidious Out of the Further is the sixth one in the Insidious saga. It lands in 2026 as a sequel to The Red Door, and it keeps the mythology cooking. The hook this time is a new protagonist with a very messy gift, and the way the movie threads legacy demons while still letting newbies follow along. It's like, bring your own nightmares, but make it accessible. Okay, tiny story time from right here in LA. A few summers back, my friends dragged me to this quote-unquote haunted house in a random Highland Park Craftsman. We're like, cute, urban legend cosplay. Then the host dares us to stay the night. I'm being brave on the outside. Inside, I'm clutching my Erewhon smoothie like a talisman. Around 3 a.m., we hear scraping in the hallway. Shadows flicker by the bathroom door. Someone whispers my name. My friend Leo goes, "It's the pipes." I'm like, pipes do not know my government name. I do not sleep. Dawn hits. We find a hidden speaker and a motion light rig. I wanted to be mad, but also respect the production value. And here's the twist that had me clutching my pearls later. In Out of the Further, the elderly acolytes literally sedate themselves to enter the further and help their cult leader. So yes, the mind makes monsters, but sometimes the monsters have a pharmacology plan. Let's define the playground, because clarity is hot. Astral projection is when your consciousness takes a field trip without your body. The further is the haunted alternate universe you visit. Think foggy hotel lobby for the dead, with infinite backrooms. The Red Door is the gateway. It's part portal, part panic button, and the franchise treats it like a lock you can weaponize. It keeps the timeline vibes while switching focus to new faces. Now the players. Jacob Chase, who is the writer and director here, sets the tone. He has sole screenplay credit, with story credit shared with David Leslie Johnson McGoldrick, which basically means the lore Bible got edited down into something clean. The movie feels of a piece, character first, but still dripping in franchise iconography. I'm into that cohesion. It's giving a confident draft, not note salad. Amelia Eve plays Gemma Hall, our lead. She's a working mom and dental hygienist, which, side note, is already a horror setting. Like, no offense to my hygienist on Beverly. Gemma's special, though. She's a courier. In Insidious speak, that's an astral projector who can actually bring things back and forth between realms. Not just messages, objects. Eventually, bigger. The stakes are wild because if you can FedEx souls across dimensions, every ghoul wants your mailing address. Brandon Perea, who's playing Nick Mendoza, is the boyfriend and a cop. He's the skeptic turned ride or die. Important energy. He's the one poking around the neighbor's house and finding the cult grandma squad. That grounded, do the paperwork vibe is crucial when the plot is like astral UPS. Maisie Richardson Sellers shows up as Claire, who runs a tattoo shop called Abandon. She can astral project and basically serves as the resident mechanic for how the further works. Love a competent friend with receipts. Through Claire, Elise Rainier gets to speak to the living, which is iconic. And yes, Lynn Shay is back as Elise. She's been canonically dead for a minute, but in this franchise, death is a scheduling complication, not a career end. Elise guides Gemma, and sometimes she quite literally possesses someone briefly to help. Strategic, spooky. Ethical gray zone, delicious. Our big bad is Cyrus Lamb, played by Sam Spruill. Cyrus is a blindfolded cult leader in the further, not the usual mortal cult head. He recruits among the dead with promises of resurrection. That's a flex. In the living world, his elderly acolytes, names like Lester, Edna, and Patsy, are across the street sedating themselves on purpose so they can project in and run his errands. The suburban normalcy of their hideout. I mean, that's the horror, right? HOA rules by day, realm breach by night. There's a great analog horror beat, too. A dusty VHS tape. That tape is how we learn Cyrus's doctrine and history. The hiss, the tracking lines, it's very nobody touch the bunny ears. Exposition that feels haunted is my love language. Gemma's daughter, Maya, played by Island Austin, gets roped in as a potential conduit. Family trauma is the current that keeps this franchise buzzing. And this one threads it through Gemma's mom, Ingrid, played by Laura Gordon. Ingrid used to be a courier too. Her tragedy reframes Gemma's inheritance. I felt that in my little West Side heart. Generational patterns, but make it spectral. And when it all kicks off, the plan is to weaponize the Red Door to trap Cyrus. Do they nail it on the first try? Obviously not. The endgame is audacious. Gemma escalates from shuttling objects to something massive. She transports an entire house into the Further to strand him where he wanted to escape. I clapped quietly because I was also hiding behind my hoodie. Legacy cameos pull focus in the best way. The lipstick-faced demon is back. He's the franchise's red cheek nightmare. The bride in black swings through. The man who can't breathe. Even Keyface pops in. They're like cursed mile markers, reminding you this freeway has seen accidents. Bonus trivia that I adore. Joseph Bishara, who scores the film with those abrasive strings and stomach-drop drones, is also the guy in the lipstick-faced demon makeup. Composer by day, demon by night. That's range. On the rollout. Sony put it in theaters in 2026, with a premiere at AMC The Grove 14, which, hello, mid-city valet chaos, but it's home. It was shot in Australia, Melbourne, and those pretty Victorian suburbs doubling for New England, Camberwell, Essendon, Kensington. Production design sells the chilly colonial vibe, even if you can smell a flat white off camera. Reception chat, because you know I love the discourse. Critics were mixed. Some called it an upgrade over the Red Door. Audiences gave it a C+ on CinemaScore, which is literally the same as the previous one. Translation? Opening night vibes were solid, but not earth-shattering. My take is that it's stronger because the courier concept expands the lore in a way that actually changes the power map. It's not just go in, get out anymore. It's pull through and rewire the board. That matters. Also, mid-credit scene heads, you're fed. There's a stinger where Cyrus is strapped into a dental chair in the Further, and a dentist spirit goes to town with a drill. Some people read it like a tease for where we're headed. Others think it's a neat little karmic button. I'm fine either way. It's a sickly perfect payoff to all that clinic imagery. Why it sticks in pop culture. Insidious is one of those modern horror brands that taught a generation what the Red Door even is. The iconography's tight, the continuity's comforting in a twisted way, and it keeps inviting new front people into the nightmare without erasing the old guard. I love that elasticity. Do I want more diverse storytelling lanes next time? Different families, different geographies, maybe take the Further on a world tour? Absolutely. Give me global hauntings, honey. Next time, we're tackling haunted dolls. Not just the usual suspects. I'm talking glass eyes, bad vibes, and a whole lot of nope. All right, that's the tea. Hydrate, sage your DMs, and maybe keep a nightlight on. Later.